Hello, hello. Welcome to Screen Kings for a very, very, very special episode, holiday episode. And who better to have this episode with than my sister in crime from In Love and Horror, Christy.
Hey, I thought you were gonna say my sister in Christ.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I should have started that way, actually. And after watching this movie,
Yes.
we probably need to be doing those type of things. Oh
Exactly.
God. Tonight we are having a wonderful discussion about this weirdly interesting Christmas horror movie called The Sacrifice Game. Christy introduced me to this. So Christy, you have to tell them how you found it, what you love about it, all the things.
Oh yeah. Well, this came out last year, I believe,
Mhm.
and I just like Christmas horror movies anyway. So when I heard there was a new one coming out, obviously I'm like, okay, I got to check this out.
Mhm.
I love the aesthetic of it. It's set in the 70s. You got like the different Christmas lights and the music and the outfits. Like I just love everything about that aspect of the movie. And then it starts out as like a slasher, right? Like you're thinking it's pretty like straightforward. It's this group of people who are taking out people for some reason.
Mhm.
But then no, that's not exactly what's going on. And there's one twist, and then wait, there's another twist. And like I love like not really knowing what I'm in for. And you just kind of like go for the ride. So I don't know. I like the setup, the concept, the vibes, and it's Christmas horror. It's not the love.
I mean, everything you said, I echo, obviously. I just can't believe that after watching it, like I halfway watched it the second time, I enjoyed it more the second time around because it actually has all the subgenres of horror that I like, the slasher and the super.
Yes.
So it got brownie points for that. And I love a misdirect. When you think someone's the final girl or you think they're the hero, they're absolutely not. And it's so cool. This movie is full of twist after twist after twist after twist.
Yes, absolutely. I love that about it.
Mhm. I was actually also impressed that normally I do my whole research thing going into movies, but I went in blind. I didn't research the cast. I didn't look up anything about it. And maybe that even made it more enjoyable too, just something refreshing and different that I haven't experienced in horror this holiday season.
Oh yeah, I think going into a movie blind is not always the best way to go into a movie, but I think it works for this one.
Hmm.
Especially because of the different twists and turns that it takes, because you're not expecting it. You're not sure exactly what that synopsis is or anything like that. I think that's the best way to experience this movie.
Hmm.
And then like the holiday backdrop of it just makes it more
Perfect.
enjoyable. Yeah.
Like, because you want to understand how can something terrible happen in this time of the year and this isolation that they create by the perfect circumstance. It made me think of Halloween H2O when they have this perfect idea of
Oh yeah.
moving the kids away at this school, and the ones that are left there are the ones that are
Mm-hmm.
the central focus. And it was great. It was so smart. Actually, yeah, the whole script was smart. I would love to get my hands on it to read it because
Of course.
all the twists, like how do you even navigate that like on a storyboard? It was just great.
Yes, absolutely. Echoing that as well. I love this movie. But when you first watched it, you weren't sure you loved it. It was until you watched it the second time that you were like, "Oh yeah, I do love
Yes, that's
this."
true. Before we keep going, we have a drinking game, and when you hear the word sacrifice, make sure that you guys, whatever cocktail, eggnog, whatever you're sipping on this time of year, blood, from what I see Christy has, that you sip with us.
I got cranberry juice and something out of the cabinet. I don't know. I just grabbed something really quickly. It's either tequila or vodka. I don't know which one. It was
Does it
clear.
taste okay?
Huh?
How does it taste?
It tastes great.
That's all that matters. That's okay, so let's sort of break down like what happens in this actual story because we start off with oh, the opening was great. We
I love the opening.
good.
Yes.
Before we break down the camera work of the opening was just disgusting. It
It was
was
crazy.
I love when they leave things for the imagination. Like I love the sound of what's happening and not
Hmm.
necessarily have to see it. It does something to me in a weird way, and they did it. They captured it perfectly.
I agree. I was transported back. It's funny because when you first said my sister in, and I thought about church, I went back to my church days when that opening, because we used to do that, like go to people's houses from our church, like
Mhm.
older members that couldn't come out to the church. We would go to their house and sing carols outside on their porch. So I was like, oh, I remember doing that. And it was just so simplistic in the approach that they took with this opening. It wasn't like super extravagant, but it was
Mm-mm.
vicious. And I was just like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, and I would love to be on set for that too because I knew I don't think it took that much to do, and I want to know the operating budget for this movie because the film work was so good, but it wasn't like blockbuster-ish,
Yes.
except for the
Yes.
big scenes. I mean, I
Hmm.
think it was like the wide angles rather.
Yeah, I agree with that. You can definitely tell. I wish they did have a bigger budget for this movie because I can only imagine just how
Mhm.
much better it could have been. There was
Yeah,
some good gore in this movie.
yeah. That actually the budget on the effects are on my list
Yeah.
to take it out. This movie, you said it came out in last year.
I'm pretty sure it came out last year.
Okay, oh, it came out in 2023. Yes, it did. It came out last year, and it has Mena Massoud. I know him from
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Aladdin,
Yep.
and the I don't know if I saw the Royal True, but I definitely saw Aladdin. Wow, look at him. That's a big leap, Aladdin.
Oh, right. Completely different characters.
Who I thought was the lead. Her name was Rose. She was
Oh,
the
right.
teenager, I assume, above
Yeah.
Chloe Levine. And let's see what she's been in. She was in the OA. See, I was just talking about that show on Geeking Out when we just did our shows that should not have been canceled. I don't remember her on there, but I don't remember her on there, but she's a part of that show. So that's what we got. And I think that's the only people from the cast that I knew. I was excited to see him. I just didn't know where I saw. I just knew his face.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, so we start off with the carolers, like you were saying. So you were already there. You were already sucked in.
I was done.
And
I was in
we
it.
were watching this family being sung to by the carolers, but from behind. So we just watching them experiencing this. And so the carolers go away. The family is so excited. The father closes the door. And then you see the people walk up to the house and they
Yep.
ring the doorbell. And the carolers just left. So he's just like, okay, cool. He's
Right.
like, hey, what's going on? And before anybody can do anything else, right through the chin, a
Right
knife.
through the chin.
We didn't stop there. Like the camera went to the door,
I
but we
loved it.
we didn't go inside.
No.
We heard the rumbling and they went around to the side window. We saw him just going crazy. And
I
then
loved
you
it.
found the wife and she was screaming. It was just insane.
Yes, it was crazy.
I'm sorry.
They was ripping off stuff, clothes left and right. Like
Mhm.
it was just pure savagery. And I along with this whole like, oh, we just got Christmas carols sung to us, and now we getting like taken out instantly.
Yeah. You see how fragile life is? It was
Yes,
fast.
so
And
fast.
they were probably out of there in 30 minutes.
That was it. It
Mhm.
was quick,
It was
done. But yeah, that was a great opening.
And so that's the slasher element.
Yes,
And so then we are introduced to the younger, this, what is it, a school for girls, I assume?
I think it's girls. Yeah, it was only girls there.
Yeah. Um, and oh, the main character, what was her name? It was two of them.
Look now, what was her name?
I got
Clara.
you, Samantha
Clara
and
and okay,
Claire.
yeah, Samantha.
All right,
Yeah,
so Samantha is a black girl, beautiful black girl in this movie,
she's so cute.
and I think she's the new girl there, and so she wants to fit in, she wants to be around the girls, but they're not having it. It was the
Mm-mm.
70s. They're not going for it, girls. Even though your curls are shiny and
I didn't
bouncy.
even think about that aspect for some reason, but yeah,
I'm
you're right.
sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, it's what it is. And so
yeah.
I was like, I hope those girls get it. But they're not even a factor.
They're
So
not. That would have been good.
yeah. And then Clara is one who's been there, but she's like an outcast too. And she's this beautiful girl too. She's like Snow White because she has like this how do you describe that? Snowy white skin
and
and
dark
the
hair.
waving hair. That's
Hmm.
what I thought of when I saw her, especially at the end. But we're not
Oh
there yet. She was definitely giving me that. Uh,
yeah,
and she's like an outsider, but she's finding that she's into like spooky stuff and like, reading magic books. So that's something that's going on, but you just think it's nah, it has
yeah.
nothing to do with what's happening.
Right. Because of the way that it was set up. And all I'm thinking is, okay, eventually these people are going to end up here and they just
Mhm.
probably going to, like, do what they did to this family. And so the way that the story goes, I didn't even see that coming.
Yeah. It was just like an oversight. It's like a hobby that's how she was experiencing.
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
even the biggest thing of this whole thing. It's just
No.
okay. I'm sorry, I got excited again. It was so good. So those two characters, I automatically fell in love with.
They're cute. I think they're dynamic because initially, they're not actually friends.
No, not at all.
Clara is kind of like you were saying, like she's a loner.
Hmm.
She doesn't really interact with the other girls. And, Samantha, like you said, she's trying to fit in. So she's just kind of like bouncing around, trying to be seen, I guess, in some way, but she's constantly been shut out. So they're both equally alone.
Hmm.
They just have different like personalities.
Absolutely, and
Hmm.
that's what sort of joins them together in their similar but different
Yeah.
things they're experiencing. And I was happy that that happened quickly.
Yes. Oh yeah. The pacing was not an issue in this
Wow.
movie.
It was for all that they had to explain to us and walk us through
Yeah.
and create this world of terror because the backdrop what's happening is that these group of people are serial killers and they're coming around the world this place and they're killing all these different people for a particular reason. And that's when it got super interesting when we found out that they got to it. Was it the church?
The
The group got
church.
to the church.
Yeah.
They went to the priest and they carved like a piece of his
It
flesh.
was so disgusting.
And
Ugh.
he said to them, "Don't let her out."
Yeah.
And I'm
Hmm.
like, "What is happening?"
Yes. That was such a great moment in the movie because
Mhm,
again, we're not sure what these people are doing, but obviously now we know, we've established now that there's a particular mission involved here. Like there
mhm,
is a purpose behind their killing. It's not just aimless killing. And she pulls out a piece of paper. We can't really tell exactly what it is, but she's like, it's right here. Like we got proof that this is what we're supposed to be doing, but we're not sure what they're supposed to be doing
mhm,
completely yet.
mhm.
And then he says that, and you're like, what were they talking about? What are they talking about?
It was like, "What you say?" And
Right.
it just kept moving. That's how they did it. I was like, "Hmm?"
Yeah.
There are other players in this story too, though. There is, so far we've met Samantha and Clara. We know the it's a treat. No, it's four of them, right?
Mhm.
It's four of them. Minna is Jude. That's
Mhm.
one. That's Aladdin. I think I know. Let me see what she's been in before I not tell the truth on the air. Modern Family. Who was she? No.
Oh, she was on something
Oh,
else.
she was in Fear Street, Part One. Samantha Frazier. She,
Really?
yeah. So the blonde was in Fear Street. Okay, wonderful. Okay, she was pretty. Um, that was nice. And then Chloe Levine, who played Rose, she was like
Mhm.
the was she a teacher?
She's a teacher. Yeah.
She was like a young teacher.
Mhm.
Stayed behind with the girls who no longer didn't have anywhere to go for the Christmas season. And she had a fiance or a boyfriend, and that's who I know from American Horror Story.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Gus,
he did have a familiar face.
Gus Kinsworth was in American Horror Story Apocalypse.
Okay.
I think he's an Olympic athlete as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is. Yeah, he's an Olympic athlete.
That's cool. Yeah,
Hmm.
he was like a what was he? Like a maintenance person? I don't even know what he did.
I was so confused. Like I thought he was gonna be bigger, but anyway, he was either a maintenance person or like a teacher there. Also,
Yeah.
it was very Halloween H2O setup, like for sure,
Yeah.
definitely those vibes, which is relatable. It didn't feel like a copy and paste. It just felt like a relatable situation. That's all.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, and he was cool. He was great in his role. I felt like he's grown stronger as an actor from when I saw him the first time. But he was cool to see again. But yeah, where were we in the story? That the
They left the church.
oh yeah. So we found out that Macy, which is the girl from Fear Street, Macy used to attend this school years before, class
Mm-hmm. 64.
64, class of
Mm-hmm.
64. And so she and the group comes to the door, and the Rose is like, no, we can't let you guys in. We're
Yeah.
not gonna do it. And then she was like, hey, I'm a I'm from, what was the name of the school? It started with
It was
B.
Black Haven or
It was a good name. I do know
something
that.
like that.
Black. Hold on, it's gonna bother me. Okay, tell them what else happened next. You keep you.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, so they come to the door because prior to them arriving, they hit a deer in the road.
Oh
And
yeah,
a police officer kind of like approached them to see if they were okay. And one of the guys in the group ends up getting shot. And so it was really nasty, right? Because
tell the whole scene. No, no, no. I got it. You stuck me in. Tell the whole
yes,
scene.
they in the midst of them talking to the police officer, he saw a piece of the skin that they had collected
Yes,
on the ground on the road.
he
And
did.
he picks it up. And it was so nasty. It was gross.
It was gross.
Well, yeah, so they hit the police officer over the head to knock him out because he found the skin, and he, like blindly starts shooting his gun, and one of the guys gets shot. So when they approached the school, they kind of like used the fact that he needed help with his
Wound.
graze, yeah, his
Mhm.
wound to get inside.
Yeah, that's what happened. Keep
Yeah.
going. This is good. I was like, I feel like I'm rewatching the movie. I love it. And the name of it is called Black Veil Academy. Such a
Okay,
great,
Black Veil.
great
Yeah.
name.
hmm But
An
yeah,
all
she said
girl. Yeah,
Black Veil girls have to stick together. That was what she said to the teacher.
yeah.
That kind of like was like, okay, y'all come in or
I would
whatever.
have been like, show me the handshake.
Right.
Hmm. Remember,
Something.
class of 64. That is super important. So
Yeah.
hold on to that, y'all.
Right. So she does. She lets them in. Obviously, the main guy, the guy who's playing, what's his name? The Aladdin guy. I can't remember his name.
Minna.
Minna.
Hmm.
He's got this. He acts like he's the leader of this group, right? So he's very menacing and kind of like he's trying to be charming, but obviously he's not. He just looks evil. And so the way he talks to her is kind of like, oh, bitch, you better let me in,
Yeah, we're coming in. We're through asking you.
Yeah, we're done.
How did you feel about his performance as the pseudo villain or villain?
So I don't think his performance was that great.
Yeah.
It's very flat, almost like he was trying so hard to feel like a villain or act like a villain should act.
Mhm.
Because there were some moments near the end that we'll talk about too when I was just like, just give it up. He should just like clock out and go back home.
You know how the translation from being a stage actor to being on front of the screen in the film and how you portray and exude
Hmm.
those different emotions,
Yeah,
it felt like he struggles with that. I'm not sure if he's a stage actor, but just if I
yeah.
was watching it, it felt like he's trained and he understands the role, but
Hmm.
he's portraying the character, not just being that character.
Yes, exactly. I
Yeah.
felt like he was, yeah, like he was acting, like he was supposed to
Real
be
bad.
acting. Yeah.
It was almost Power Ranger villain. It was
Yes, that's a perfect description.
he was very much so Jafar.
Yes. I was like, ooh, he
Yeah,
trying though. He trying.
he is trying. Go ahead. We believe you. I thought the girl was more of the leader than he was. Mace.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it seemed like he was pretending to be the leader or
Hmm.
or whatever. But like even there were moments where because this little group is almost like the start of like what you would think the beginning of a cult would look like.
Hmm.
And so like there were moments when they were like in the car, like he was like trying to be like this laid back, godlike person to her, to the girl. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed so like chalk on the like scratching on the chalkboard. I was just like, oh, it's so cringy. Like
Yeah, I congratulations on getting the role
yes.
because acting work. Okay, we all got to work.
We got to
But
work.
yeah, I just think that needed a little bit of tweaking, but
Some.
it didn't take me out of the movie. I
No,
just felt like it
no.
was part of the camp of him,
Yeah.
and so that's how I digested it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, keep going because we are just watching.
Okay, yeah. So they got inside. And Rose, the teacher, she's stitching up his wound, but
Mhm.
they're in this kitchen area and they're kind of like prying at each other. Like
Oh God.
she's trying. Sorry, AJ walked in the room and scared me.
I said, please don't let me be witness live. I'm glad we're recording. Keep
I
going, Ricky.
I know, right? Yeah, yeah. When my no, we're live, honey.
This is Tamon Kane
Okay,
reporting live.
reporting live.
You've seen it here first.
Seen it here first, y'all. Baby, I swear I didn't go in there. I think he got my Christmas gift in the closet over here, so he's trying to make sure I didn't go in there. But I swear I didn't go in there. Okay, great.
I didn't tell her what it was.
Right. Oh, thank you. Oh, nice. Oh, it's a Nosferatu popcorn bucket, y'all.
Is the stuff inside of it?
No, there's not. It's like you can't see it. It's like rats or something.
Oh, it's like a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is awesome.
It is nice.
Put that on the desk so we can see it for the entire episode.
Okay, yes, I'll put it right here.
That's perfect.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. Next to my Nosferatu poster.
Yeah, and you did something special with the Nosferatu that I think you should share with everybody.
I will. Look, we're getting off track.
You brought in the Nosferatu. How we have a commercial break in the middle of a
live? In the middle of the live.
Okay, and we are back in 3.
Okay.
2, 1.
Yeah, so they're kind of like pulling at each other, trying to get like information. Rose is like, "How did you get shot?" Or the other group are like, "Oh, what are your guys' names?" Talking to the little girls, like they're trying to like one asking each other questions to kind of figure out what they're thinking about each other.
Mm-hmm.
The group obviously acting sneaky and suspicious, and the girls are very like huddled together. By this time, Clara and Samantha kind of like opened up with each other, so they're a little bit like more friendly to one another, and so they're like huddled up together, and Rose is tending to that guy's wound.
You see where that got them?
Yeah.
Why is Samantha and Clara downstairs? Y'all should be doing something.
I mean,
taking a nap. How old do you think they were?
I was trying to figure that out too. I don't know, because I feel like I have a 15-year-old, so I don't think they were that old.
No,
but I don't think that they were like 12. So I'm thinking like 13, maybe.
I was gonna say 10.
Wow, I was gonna say at least 13.
Okay, let's do 13. Yeah, they're preteens for sure.
Yeah, definitely preteens.
So they're old enough to handle this situation. They should still be doing.
I mean, Rose is making sure they are. Because at one point in time she sent one of the girls downstairs to get vodka or something like that. She was like, "Oh, teens you're not interested in drinking alcohol or something." So I feel like they got to be at least 13.
True, that's true. And speaking of alcohol, Samantha and Clara got a little tipsy at one point in this movie.
Yes.
I thought it was so funny because Samantha drunk first, and she did her little sip, and then Clara drunk it like she was an old sailor man, drinking all the bottle.
Well, technically.
You guys, this movie is basically called Twister. Okay?
It basically is.
It's just everything is involved in this movie.
Yeah.
In a really cool way.
Yes. Ricky in the chat is cracking me up.
That's why I'm not looking at her, because she is crazy right now. Aladdin has found his gig. Okay, this was it. And he did a really good job.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah, after that, it's kind of like it takes this different turn, because we start to find out what the group is there for.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's kind of like peeling back the layers almost of everything else that follows from there.
Agreed. It's definitely a glass onion.
Yeah.
It's a glass, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like the other two guys, and so we had Jude and Maisie. Those are like the two main ones, and the other two to me really didn't. Ricky, please, please. And the other two really didn't stand out that much until maybe the end.
Mm-hmm.
Was Maisie dating one of them officially?
No. she wasn't officially dating any of them, but it seemed like they all wanted her.
They all want a piece of Maisie.
Yeah,
I mean, she was the only girl in this group,
she
so
was.
and I guess Jude assumed that she belongs to him because
Right, because he's the leader.
and Doug was the one who really should have been with Maisie because he really liked Maisie.
He really did. He did anything for her. He would do
So
anything for
we're
her.
humanizing these villains to us currently in the story. They have been killing people all through the city.
They
Okay.
have. Yes.
So what they're doing in the script is slowly transitioning the point of view of the story.
Yes.
And the perspective, not the point of the perspective of this story. And it's I didn't think about it till right now. And this is the moment when they started humanizing them.
Yes.
Ugh, good writing.
Because they end up, not trapped together, but almost like, because they're all like just in there together trying to get. Are you ready to go to?
I was just about to say, go ahead and tell them what the
Okay.
mission.
Okay, yeah. So the girl, what's her name? Maisie.
Macy,
She, she used to go to the school there, and while she was there, she discovered a magic book. Now, earlier in the film, we saw Samantha coming downstairs, and where she came upon Clara looking at these books that were downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of them looked kind of, weird, odd, like they didn't belong there, and she shouldn't be looking at them. Well, apparently, Maisie at one point in time ran across some magic books downstairs as well, and whatever she was doing with them caused her to get kicked out. But she took a piece of paper or a page out of it, and the page they were going by with these killings. They were all purposeful and needed to complete a ritual.
The sacrifice.
The sacrifice.
Take a sip.
Mm.
See, even you explaining it like got me so excited. I just can't take this.
It was so it was out of left field.
It was big time.
But I was like, oh, because like I said, like when seeing the way that Clara was acting up until that point, it made it seem like, oh man, maybe she had discovered this magic book, right? So it was kind of like just bringing the pieces together, even though it seemed out of left field. It was still like it still fit. It wasn't like it didn't make sense.
Exactly. It has so many other sprinkling things leading up, breadcrumbs leading up to this that was significant. That when you drop this, everything came together.
Exactly.
It was so smart.
It was very smart. I love that part. But yeah, so we're discovering now that she's there for a reason. And each of the kills that they had done, these people had these markings on their skin, and they were cutting these markings off. I was like, oh, it was just crazy stuff that they were doing to to bring a demon to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like the first big twist.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, these people want to raise a demon, and they need a human sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
To do so. And obviously, well, they've got 3 people here that they can utilize to do this ritual.
They have more than enough people.
They have more than enough blood here.
They actually say something like that. They was like, we only need one, but
we got plenty to work with here.
We got plenty to work with.
But yeah, when you mentioned the humanizing, because what happens is they kind of like bring the girls, I say girls, but including the teacher, together, have them wrapped up, and they play with them a little bit, right? They're like, oh, let's open gifts and see what you got each other for Christmas and stuff like that. Like they're toying with them.
Yes.
And I liked the way that this was handled.
It makes sense now. Have you seen the movie called Funny Games?
I have not.
It's 2 versions of it, or 3, but the second one is most popular with Naomi Watts. And it's about the same actually situation. And where someone sort of comes into your house, takes over control, toys with you, plays with you, and you think you're going to die, or you may die. So that may be a play on that movie, Funny Games.
It sounds like it.
It's exactly a playoff. This movie's a playoff Funny Games, but it doesn't stop there.
No, it does not.
It does not even stop there.
It does not. So ultimately, they decide to use the teacher as their sacrifice because they have to have a innocent. I think she
Yeah,
had to be an innocent
it's important.
person.
Oh, I was just looking for that. It's important. The wording of that is important.
Yes. Um, so they do it too. Like they put the drawing in the middle of the floor and
Mhm.
they take her out.
Now, listen, we love a good witch story. So I am enjoying this coven of witches trying to raise a demon, and they perform this full ritual in front of us. I was like, okay, this feels great. I didn't
Yes.
expect this, but
I
amateur.
think this was so hilarious, right? So they go into they follow this ritual to the T. We did everything right. They kill the teacher and nothing happens. They're like, oh, nothing happened.
And by the way this is shot, you think that the teacher that they kill is the lead. You think she's the final girl, her and her boyfriend, who was
Yes.
also dead.
Yes. So
Oh,
we're like, well, okay, what's
yeah.
going on now?
What is this movie?
There's some time still left on the bar. So
Plenty of time left. And he had an engagement ring, so they did all the things, to make us connect with that situation. It was
oh,
fun.
they did. Oh
But
yes.
I thought they were going to be not at all.
No, they
It's
took him
not
out.
Roy's
It
show.
was over. No, no. I liked how they were like starting from this point now they kind of start to turn on each other a little bit, you know?
Mhm.
Because the ritual didn't work.
And she said the flames came up and stuff. Y'all saw it.
Yeah. One of the other guys, I forgot which one it was, but he was just like, "Have we been killing all these people for no reason at all? Like
Uh-huh. Yep.
pointless killing because the ritual didn't work.
Yep.
We did all this for no reason."
Yep. It's, yep. You did,
Yeah.
or maybe because this could still all be intentional.
It, oh, well, yes, it does.
The sacrifice game.
The sacrifice game. It is. But yeah, so the ritual doesn't work. Now they're trying to figure out, okay, so well, what happened, or what did we do wrong, or is there something we can do to fix it? They kind of all go off in their separate ways a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, I think he's the biggest one. He's stuck with the girls, watching over the girls.
They're
And
tied up to the chairs, right?
yes.
I
And
we were, I want to go over one last thing.
mhm,
The torturing scene. They did a classic thing where bringing us in a setting where Christmas cheer and Christmas dinner, a dining room scene in a horror movie is always something I love if it's done
yeah,
correctly.
I
It's
agree.
like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was just great.
Hmm.
And it was okay, it was executed okay, but that's when people started getting killed. Well, the boyfriend got killed, and so they tortured him.
Yeah,
They threw them who we thought was the lead head into the mashed potatoes and tortured her and tried to make her eat
yeah,
the food, and they ate the food in front of them, just being real jerks.
right. But there
For
were some good comedic moments in there too.
Mhm, mhm.
That's another reason why I kind of like the tone of this film. Like, it has some layers. It's not just straight. This is what it is. It's got some different dynamics in there, and I really appreciated the different comedy in there. It
Mhm.
wasn't too much, and it was always at the right moment.
Yep, yep. And it didn't take you out of it. It was just a nice relief.
Yes,
It was great.
it was good.
Mhm.
Because like, when they sit down for dinner, he's like, "Oh, Rose, you had plenty of food for us," but they're eating all the food, and they got them tied up in the chairs.
Why did you say that? There's plenty. I remember that. There's plenty.
Hey, Michael. Um,
Greetings.
but yeah, I thought that was so hilarious.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all here
Oh
together.
yeah, no, we literally threw this thing together last minute.
Mhm.
I personally wanted to do something with Tamon before the end of the year. We've been trying, we dragging out. I've been mainly dragging my feet, but I just have so much going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, we're gonna do something. So we just
The last quarter of this year have been a lot for us.
yes,
And here we are.
here we
We're
are.
gonna talk about some other stuff too. So, but you guys just let us get through this movie. So just get a drink, Michael,
Get a drink, Mike.
and get ready.
Share it. Tell people else to come in here and join us.
Yeah, bring your people.
What was? Oh yeah, so yeah, that dinner scene was good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
It's crazy, like rehashing this movie. I'm starting to like it more and more.
See,
And
because it's good. I try to tell you.
Now, my first text message to Christy was like, "This was something."
Yeah. This was, I'm like, it's good.
That's,
It's good.
and I got a little bit, I didn't get to the dining scene this time, but I was rewatching and I was like, oh, breadcrumb, 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 breadcrumb.
Yeah, I think the second watch does make it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
it's still good. It's worth a watch. I don't know if people are talking about it, but they should have been. This is a
they
great Christmas.
should. It's good. It's a great Christmas horror movie. I mean, we don't have a lot that's like not everything that's silent. What's the name of the movies? I can't. I'm having a brain fart now. Silent Night, Deadly Night. I feel like when they make Christmas horror, it's either a slasher or something crazy. But I feel like
Time
this is like
travel.
it encompasses so many different aspects of horror,
Hmm.
and then adding in that Christmas flavor. I don't know. I just really like it. I think it's
You're
well done.
right. It's a different Christmas movie because when I think of Christmas, I think of either extremely supernatural and camp
Mm-hmm.
or a slasher.
Exactly.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Mainly slashers, and this one had a cool way of doing all of it
All of it.
and moving
Yes.
the story.
Right. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. So,
Ooh.
um, yeah, we have found out now that because okay, that was a good way too. The girl, when Macy finds out that, because she starts going through the books to try to
Mhm.
figure out what might have gone wrong or what they need to do,
Yes.
she starts talking. And so there's like this voiceover moment where she's talking and telling us what's happening, and then we're seeing things change. I just really like that. I usually don't like that in this, but I don't know. This was it was done good.
I'm going to read this sentence,
Okay.
and it's going to, as Maisie reads the spell, she realizes that the ritual is intended to free a demon,
Exactly.
not summon it to control it and grant her, because they thought they were going to get a demon, grant wishes, and go about their life.
And go about their life.
A child mind would think that, but
Yes.
she's an adult now, and she did reanalyze this whole anyway.
No,
Um,
follow that thought through. Follow the thought
she's
through.
an adult. She's an adult now, and didn't reanalyze the idea that this could be taken completely out of context.
Exactly.
My first thing would have been to sneak back and get the rest of the book,
Yes. Like, why did she think to do that?
and then. But you know what? As a child, you tell yourself a lie for so long, and it becomes truth. And so she really believed that that's what it was.
Yes.
She could,
Exactly.
it was her fault.
It was her fault. She read it wrong.
Hmm.
It was to free a demon. So
She's like,
going
"Oops,
back,
my bad."
right, going back to what the priest said before they killed him, right?
Mhm.
Don't let her out. So
Exactly.
obviously there was something there. And so what we realize when she's reading it is that something old has already been there. They just need to figure out what that was.
Uh-huh. And she told us in the when they was at the door.
There you go.
When she bumped past Clara, she was like, "You look familiar. You have older
Yep.
sisters that been here."
Yep.
Okay, we kept it moving. We just kept it
Kept
moving.
it moving, right? We didn't
Like you
realize
were saying, as this
it.
exactly. You know me. Would never.
What did we discover then
Would
is
never.
that she she goes through the books, the yearbooks.
She goes to the yearbooks and she sees that Clara is the same exact person that was in those books from this class of 64, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have who's down there with her because she's not by herself.
No, she's with one of the guys.
The one who likes her, who was patched up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we get to that's good too. While she's reading the books and understanding what's happening upstairs with Clara and Macy, and I have to say his name, he was Grant. Grant is like the bodyguard of
The muscle.
the muscle. He's the muscle. It made me go to Abigail, how everybody has their own roles.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking too.
Yeah. So he was the muscle. So he was guarding the girls. But as she was reading the book and understanding, Clara started to transform, and not like body dysmorphia, but she become more aware. Her pupils become almost fully black. She gets out of her ropes and she starts uh, basically mind controlling Grant.
Yes, she
And she
controls
does
his
a
mind.
blood ritual with him from the dead teacher's blood. And she mind controls him. So now he works for her.
Yes, and then she does a dance number, which I loved.
It took me to Night of the Demon.
Yes,
That's what it reminded me of.
yes. I loved it. It also kind of like the flavor and the vibes of it kind of reminded me of the Wednesday series when she has that moment of dancing. Like it was very similar to
Mhm.
that to me. But
Yep.
yeah, so now we realize that the whole time the little girl was the witch or the demon.
Oh, whatever. Oh, and so the whole
Yeah,
she
my
is
bad.
reading these books, but think about it from Clara's perspective. She has been stuck in this building by whatever trapped her here in this body for all these years. She has been
Yes,
studying these books trying to get out, baby.
she's been trying to get out.
Yes, she planted the seed for Maisie to even be interested in it. She
Hmm.
did. She orchestrated all of these things
It
over the
was
years.
a setup.
It was a setup by Todd to come to me with the bullshit. I think that's what it is.
Hmm.
I could know that one,
Yes,
but it was good. It was real good.
it
Really.
was a great reveal. I
Mhm,
loved the way they did it.
mhm, mhm.
And then from there, and what's funny too, because the Aladdin guy, he's walking around looking for the demon,
He
and
said,
then
"I'm the
he,
vessel.
yes, he
I'm
starts
the-"
thinking he's like the demon is inside of him.
He said, "I feel him." He told Maisie, "I feel him. I feel him. I feel him." Okay,
And
sure you.
that's where my, yeah, I was like, okay, he doing way too much.
You know, he's just maybe he was casted perfectly, or maybe he was acting perfectly for this because
Maybe he was.
maybe I will give him that because he was really just so campy. It was so spot on campy of a 70s horror movie.
He was doing the most.
But Clara, after she got her goon and she got her friend freed, she returned the favor and repeated that dinner scene.
She did.
And this time we have all of them. We have Doug. No, Doug is the goon. We have
Yeah.
no Grant is the goon. Doug is the one who got shot. So Doug is at the
Okay. Yeah.
table. We have Macy at the table, and we have Jude at the table,
And they're all
tied up.
tied up. Hmm.
And so it requires blood as a sacrifice. So she takes something. She has to take something from each of them.
I liked this scene a lot.
Mhm.
Also on the back end there, Samantha gets out. She goes to call for help,
Oh yeah,
and she decides to come back because of that mantra, the black veil. What is it? Black
yeah.
veil
They'll stick together.
sticks together. So she comes back to, I don't know, was she in that moment thinking that she didn't know, right? At that moment.
She knew something because she mind controlled Grant,
Okay.
and so when Clara said go and don't come back, she didn't listen.
Yeah, she
She
didn't
didn't
listen.
act, so she came back to help for
She
sure.
did come back to help, yeah. But yeah, sis had went ham on all them people up in
She
that
didn't need no
thing.
help.
She
Yeah,
didn't.
Grant was walking around doing all the things she needed.
It was really. Oh yeah, when he like was trying to stab the I keep calling him Aladdin because I can't think of his name.
I'll say I love a good nickname, Aladdin. Yep.
Okay, when he went to go stab Aladdin, he's like, "I'm the vessel. I'm the vessel."
Uh-huh.
Like that
He's
was gonna stop him from doing it.
nothing. And it was so funny because he stabbed him and he left the knife in. And I was like, that knife is in for a really long time. He's dead. The moment he realized he wasn't the vessel, it was too late.
It was too late.
But then Macy got off pretty cool. She got her hair cut off. And as soon as that's what I thought they were going to do to her.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't scalp her, but she had to have a chase scene. So
She had to have a chase scene without her top on.
they did all the 70s things.
They
She was
did the
bra and panties in this scene. She got in her bra and panties.
We gotta
Everybody.
have that. We gotta have that.
But Doug, the doting Doug, was at the table too. He had he said, "Sure, I'll give blood." He chopped off all of blood, his fingers,
Yeah.
all of it at once.
At one time. I loved it. I
It
loved
was
it.
perfect. It was perfect.
Yes, it was. And I really love the ending of this. So you go ahead and you talk about what happens leading into it, and then because I really like the ending.
Absolutely. So after Doug kills all the people, I mean Grant kills all the other people in the squad in the coven. He goes to kill Macy, but Macy, who is beloved by everybody, Macy's like, "Don't you remember? It's me, Macy." And for some reason that knocked him out of the demon spell. Like,
Yeah.
you must be out of practice with mind control or something.
She been in there for a long time.
You should have been practicing all the time. You would have been out of there, okay? And so instead of killing Macy, he kills himself. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
unalives himself.
Yes.
And then Macy gets her chase scene,
Right.
and she runs through this. She runs through this hallway, and while she's running, Clara starts doing chants and stuff to do like illusions on her and to make her.
Mhm.
So she is torturing her through this chase scene. You can tell this is a moment where the budget was needed,
Yes.
starting from the because they were tied up magically bound,
Yeah.
and it had a cheap. Oh, I don't want to use that word. It had a the budget reflected what that special effect looked like. If that
Yeah. It was unfortunate.
hmm hmm
I don't know what Aladdin cost, but I would rather they took whatever they paid him, got someone we didn't know, and put that on that.
I actually would agree with that because I think he was a draw for this movie because you wouldn't know, you wouldn't automatically just say, "Oh my God, it's Aladdin from."
Yeah. No.
And I
Yeah.
was thinking and stuff too, but I get the draw, but it wasn't that.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm. But yeah, I
You,
agree with you. I do wish they had a little bit more in their budget for that scene, but I'm willing to overlook it because I just really like the story a lot.
oh yeah, it was fine. I
Yeah.
just noticed it because I noticed it, but then I
I
kept.
know. Yeah.
It didn't take me out of it.
Yeah.
They were tied up magically, and then she got free, and then she ran away. So then she started chanting and making these illusions. And here come Maisie, seeing that she is like possessed, and she doesn't know what she's saying. But Clara is showing out in here. Okay, she
Yes.
is trying to get this girl killed instead of just going to get her. But
She
um,
should have
she snaps her out of her little possessed avatar state. And they go get her. Now, at this point, I mentioned earlier that Clara Clara had a full makeover. She's in this black
okay. She
black
looked good though.
dress. She's looking good. Black wedding dress, like she runs the place.
Yes. She was completely transformed. Like you said, like Night of the Demons, like completely different.
Yeah, she's just like Angela. She just completely transformed in front of us. So
I was
then,
hoping she would change out of, I guess it makes sense for the story from what we're visually seeing, but I kind of wish she could have like, became what she would supposed to look like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah. And that made me think about the ending too. Like, can she even do anything like that? But that's the whole goes into the lore that we'll never get about this movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. No.
So, but yeah, so that was leading up to the end, and I'm gonna pitch it to you to take it from there.
Well, I mean, now she is able to leave. But I really like the fact that, okay, so we have this moment, right? And you hear like police sirens or whatever coming. But then there's this moment between the two of them, right? So Samantha, I can't keep up their names. Up until this point, we kind of revealed a little bit about her life at home. Like, I don't think her mom was around. I think it was just she was living with her stepfather.
Yeah, he didn't really care about her.
He didn't care about her. He just dumped her off at this school, and apparently, she was supposed to only be there for a semester, but really, he just doesn't want to deal with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, like we mentioned earlier in the show, like they're both alone. And now at the end of this, all they have is one another. And Clara kind of like pitches it to her, like, well, you want to roll together? Like,
Exactly.
let's just do this together then. I don't know. I just really like the way it's like they become like little coven.
Yeah, I was excited. I'm excited for her to teach Samantha stuff. I want them to go around and wreck shop. I want to see what happens to them. But
I do too. We're never gonna know. But yeah, I just love the way this ends. Like, she could have left her there and went on by her business, but she came back and now they're friends. It's cute. It's holiday magic.
It's holiday magic, and we didn't even need a Santa Claus.
We didn't need a Santa.
And the gift that we received was this hidden gem called the Sacrifice Game.
Cheers.
Cheers. Great pick. As the year is coming to an end, wait, what would you rate this 1 out of 5?
Okay. That's a
Hmm.
hard question
Yeah.
because I like the story a lot.
Hmm.
If it was just based off story, I would say 5 out of 5. But it's not because the performances are not that great. Um, I'll give it 3.5 out of 5.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's my score too.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's my score too. And as great as it was to see Samantha, I mean Madison Baines, who plays Samantha, um, she was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I hate to say this for indie films, but this storyline could really benefit from a star cast,
Yes.
or like a more elevated. I don't want to say this as a diss to any of the
No,
actors
no, no.
on this
Mm-mm.
project, but like I think it could really benefit from having like a really strong lead.
Yes.
Um, and even the ones that are you think are the leads are not like the Rose character. How they did that to us, I thought she was about to save these girls,
I thought she was too.
this bun, and run around the school and show out.
I
No,
thought so too. Nope.
she's a non-factor.
Mm-mm.
She's a whole non-factor. And I
Yes, I would have liked to see that the
oh,
demon
you
thing.
saw it, yay!
Yeah. Um.
Agree with Christy that I wanted to see the demon itself at some. You know what? That I think they didn't have the due to budgetary
Yeah.
constraints. I think they did the best that they can do. Is that eye trick was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool, and her little Sia haircut that worked for her. Who would you put in this if you had to put?
Ooh, good question. Oh man, who would
Y'all tell
I?
us who would you cast in? And I'm thinking like,
I don't even know because I like the fact that they were young girls.
me too.
Um. So who would I?
I'm gonna throw out one that I don't know. Let me find her name first. I'm not good at this. That's not true. Hold on.
Good point, Mike. You can do a
Yeah,
lot with a
again,
smaller
this
budget.
goes to show what you can do. Exactly, exactly. Just like milk and cereal,
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
cereal,
Hmm.
and milk and cereal.
You had it right.
Yeah. Okay,
um,
Marisol Martin from Blackish, the youngest daughter.
is isn't she old now though?
She could be. She could be. She's 20 years old.
Yeah, her as her young self would be. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, her young self will
Yeah.
work.
Um, dang, I can't think of any younger actresses
I
that
can't either. I don't really know a certain after a certain generation.
I know.
And I don't watch kid shows. But
There's a girl. Ooh, you watch Lioness. What about her, the daughter in Lioness?
hold on, like this.
Yeah, the girl from Abigail. You know,
Oh, Abigail would be good. She's good.
she got a nomination too for best young actress.
And she maybe will have a very cool announcements coming out for 2025 too.
Okay,
Mhm.
nice.
Mhm.
But yeah, I could definitely see her being the main girl. Yeah.
That is actually a great pick. Abigail,
Hmm.
she's perfect. And we
Yeah,
mentioned Abigail earlier tonight.
we did because of the people,
The
the
crew.
little group. Yeah.
You know what? Let's just take the whole cast from Abigail and put them in this movie. Melissa Barrera could play who you think is going to be the lead, the teacher.
I can't see her being the teacher.
Okay.
I think I could. I haven't seen Your Monster yet. I think that's maybe I need to watch that movie and seeing her in a different type of
Would
role.
that be the gauge for you to see if
Yes, because
she's
I
good?
feel like everything I've seen her in, she's like hardcore. Like she
Oh
ready to beat
yeah,
somebody up all the time.
she's always trying to beat somebody up. She's tired of y'all too.
Right. Yeah.
um, the Christmas season is bringing the end of the year.
Yes.
And, we have seen some really cool movies this year. Um, I know you did an article on this and you've talked about this, but I want to know what has been your top three of 2020.
Ooh, my top three. Okay, so my number one is The First Omen. It has been The First Omen since I've watched The First Omen.
No, that checks all your boxes, so that's not. Yeah.
All my boxes, Taman. You know how I
Mhm,
feel about religious horror, like
mhm,
female lead. Like, I mean,
mhm.
it's scary. I like the whole like demonic entity kind of possessions. That's my bag.
Yeah, I had my only nitpick with the first. It was beautiful, by the way, head to toe. I love the lead of that movie. I watched her
Yes.
TV show on Apple TV,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
the Servant.
The Servant.
She's spectacular in that. It just I didn't want a retelling of the Omen, but that's what happens a lot of times in prequels, like Apartment, whatever that was, the Rosemary.
7A. That was.
Uh, no, a copy. Of we don't need that again. That's my problem with some prequels, but
Yeah.
keep going. That was your number one choice.
Well, honestly, I think that's the best prequel I've seen in a long time.
Ooh, that's a cool episode. Why don't we run that back?
Okay. Sounds
Horror,
good.
horror
2025. We can do
prequels.
it.
Yes. Playlist, horror prequels. Ooh, that's spicy.
Oh yeah, I really like the way it was done. But yeah, number two. What's my number two? I forgot.
I'm looking at a
Alien
list.
Romulus was my number
Oh,
two.
that's the one.
Now someone else had mentioned. Someone had asked me why I picked Alien Romulus because me, like my list primarily is based off of my emotional connection to characters and story. Like
Uh-huh.
that's why The First Omen is number one for me because of the story and the connection I have with the characters.
Heard.
But for Alien Romulus, I think that one's the top for me more so for the epic spectacle that it is.
Where
Like,
it fits into this large, bigger story of this
yeah,
huge IP of horror.
exactly.
Okay,
It
I
has
get.
nothing to do with that my emotional connection to anything. It's just I felt like I went to the movies when I watched it.
Yo, I missed that whole piece.
Wait, what happened?
He said I went off when he saw Damien step down.
Oh,
Um, I don't know if they get more sequels, but from what I understand of the Omen franchise and
yeah.
this prequel, they did a spin with having the. There is a girl that comes later in the franchise, but
Hmm.
I think they did a really cool thing by giving him an older sister,
I think so too.
and I
I
hope
like that.
they can really reboot that franchise in a smart way.
I agree 100%.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think that they could do a lot with it. I also liked getting that little clip because it almost makes you feel like it's gonna lead into to the Omen, but then that little you think remember the dynamic that we've already created here, and like wait a minute, it can't be the same. So
Right.
I really like the way that they did that. Um, and my number three movie, I don't forgot too what that was.
Uh,
Um,
okay, I have to get my notes.
let me look it up, y'all. I'm sorry.
Please get that number three.
Also because I have my own list separate from the one we have combined. Um, so I forgot mine because right now we're working on the one we have together.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
What was my number three? Okay, here's my article, y'all. I'm terrible, and I also didn't save it because this is
Yikes!
the only place I have it.
Come
Oh
on.
wait, number three was Mads for me.
What?
Salem's Lot is on your what? I hope on your trash list.
Actually, that's in my honorable mention.
It better be in the bottom of the honorable mentions.
We're gonna talk about what we hate next. So calm down. Calm down.
Mads was my number three
What
film.
is that? What is
This one was a surprise for me, and I think oh yeah, see, I even said that this film was the biggest surprise for me. Yeah, this was
what is I've never
a
seen that.
is it Shutter? I'm pretty sure it was on Shutter, but I watched it as a part of that film festival that we did. But it was so good. It's like a it's like a spin on a zombie film, and it's shot in this one take style.
Ooh.
And so when it kind of like passes through different characters that come into contact with this um zombie type of disease thing that they're spread this virus that is spreading through this group of friends that
Mhm.
ultimately then spreads through the city. It's so freaking awesome. Like I was super shocked by it. I just really like the way that it was shot, and the fact the performances also are really like they seem real. Like it feels like these people actually were taken over by this virus. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Mhm.
was done really well, and it's a French film. I know y'all like French horror. It was good. You
Did
gotta
you
check it out.
call me a French whore?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. You said
Yeah.
worse to me. I hope y'all heard that. Hi, so hey, 23rd century Hobbit.
Hello.
Geisha, Geisha.
Yes.
Hey.
I was about to say, look at her profile picture.
Um,
But yeah, those are my top three. What's your
okay, now
top three?
give them all three to me again.
Oh, okay. The First Omen,
Hmm.
Alien Romulus,
Okay.
and Mads,
Okay.
which you need to watch.
I apparently so, because you give good choices you give good options.
Yes.
Okay, my top three are I feel okay, mine are The Substance, um,
Okay.
Alien Romulus, and Smile 2.
Smile too.
Yeah. Um, I thought these were all good movies. These are movies I tend to like absorb and understand and um prior to its release, but I stayed away from this. And going into it fresh, I was just like, oh, this was good. Oh, Sacrifice. Mhm.
I am I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit surprised that Smile 2 is in your top three.
Yeah,
But
I
then
mean,
again, I'm not.
it was good. It was a great. I like how they set us up, how they pulled us back from the first one, and didn't give it. They gave us the same story, but didn't give us the same story. But they gave us the same story on a bigger level, magnitude of the story.
Okay, let me ask you this.
The story.
Okay, so I agree with the opening sequence. That's like my favorite sequence of the
Oh,
entire film.
yeah, for sure.
But after watching Smile 1, like I'm all for like adding on to lore.
Hmm.
But I feel like this one didn't match the way that the demon worked in the first one at all. Like we spend all this time not actually seeing how she's interacting with the real world. Like everything we've seen is in her head versus with Rose in Smile 1, we actually saw her interacting with actual people. So we don't know how she seemed or how people actually responded to her.
But that's what I think is cool, that it gave us a different perspective of how this affects different people. Because yes, we've seen that with Rose. Do we need to see that again with every person? Think about Quiet Place. Yes, Quiet Place 1 was a great movie, but okay, we've literally just seen two more movies of that of the same franchise.
I agree with John Blaze on that one. I feel like it was a cheat. I was with this movie up until we realized
Did he say
that
cheated concept? Oh, okay, okay, that's definitely fair. That's
because
definitely
even that dude like that dude didn't exist at all. Like that was just something in her head. Like I don't know. It just seemed like all the kills that occurred, none of those happened. You know what I'm saying? Like the shocking moment when you see her take out her own mother, that no longer has an impact now because it wasn't real.
but it doesn't it show how it plays on the mental health of that individual
Oh
person?
yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. I just feel like it takes away all the things that happened up until that to that.
on on our From show, we talk about how we're scared that the more popular it gets, that the more people will come and bigger money, and how that can sort of ruin things. Maybe Smile 2 was impacted by that same thing, because
I agree.
in the first movie, it was felt more like an indie and contained and small budget, but really impactful and effective. And
Hmm.
in the second one, we really got to see the magnitude of what a budget can do for this movie.
Yeah,
And
I actually agree with that. I think I wrote that in my original review. I feel like the increase in the budget actually hindered the story.
yeah, yeah, that could be a thing.
Mhm.
John Blaze said, when the pop star left the room, her best friend spoke to her mother. That was a plot hole, or was it just all in
Um.
her mind?
Oh well, yeah. Hmm. I liked the concept of the ending there, where obviously he's using her to,
I love it.
take. I do love that part of
Whole
it.
ring mentality, make it bigger, bringing my audience bigger.
But why couldn't everything else have just been what it was? You know what I'm saying? What was the whole, oh, it's a dream, it's in your head. This is not real, I don't know.
Because
Oh, also the scene in the car between um
her and the best
Oprah.
friend, it gave me chills. It gave me chills.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah, it was good.
But okay, anyways.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Smile 2 is a mixed bag. I'll take it.
Yeah.
My next choice, I'm gonna remove Alien Romulus because you have that one.
Okay.
Um, another movie, I y'all gonna kill me for this one, but I really enjoy Annabelle. Not Annabelle, but Abigail.
Girl, I was about to say, what? When did that come out?
Which Annabelle? What year is this? No, but I thought Annabelle was, yeah, Smile 3 is gonna have to be insane. They have no choice. It could be post-apocalyptic at this point.
It's gonna
Because,
have to be something.
yeah. But yeah, I have Abigail. I thought Abigail was fun. It was a slasher. It was a slasher, but I thought it was really fun. It wasn't too serious. I didn't really care what happened, but I had some really good kills, some really good comedy, and it was those movies I would take people on a date to go see, hang out with your family. It was just a well-rounded movie, and how I felt after I left is why it's on my list.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. I agree with
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
I think it was actually perfect for all the situations you just mentioned: date night, pizza party night, whatever.
Mhm.
There was some good comedy, lots of gore,
Mhm.
and then okay. So, how did you feel about the ending? Because I know a lot of people don't like that tie-in at the end
Which tie-in?
with the a certain vampire.
Okay, we can spoil it. It's been
Okay,
yeah. That is Dracula.
yeah.
I think if your vision is big enough, then that was a perfect choice to go with. And it was revealed that Ready or Not and Abigail are shared universes.
Hmm.
There's a picture in the Ready or in Abigail reflecting the family that's in Ready or Not. So
Yeah.
universes are together. So if your vision is big enough, making him Dracula and whatever demon in Ready or Not, if whatever you're gonna do next, it's gonna have to make sense for whatever that is. So I
Yeah.
trust what that decision
You
was.
have to trust because I was like, "Ooh, this is good." To
It's real
me,
good.
I was like, "Ooh, this is so cool." So hopefully they do follow up with something
Mhm.
fire.
But I will say this: radio silence is a mixed bag for people, and I will say I like how they create final girls and how they
I
create
agree.
different situations. Melissa Barrera and Abigail was great, and
Hmm.
also Samara Weaving and Ready or Not was great.
She was.
They have a possibility to come together and do a project in the same universe could work. I just wanted to continue to bring more diversity to it and more stories in this shared universe.
Hmm.
Werewolves, witches, we give us all the things.
Yes, I agree with that.
If the marketing was better, I think Abigail would have been better received. It would have been more of a surprise.
I think that one was really hard because I wonder how could they have marketed that without revealing that she was a vampire? Like, okay, so you're gonna go watch these people just kidnap a little girl. Like, what would have been the draw for you to go watch the movie if you didn't know she was a vampire? I feel like they probably just went with that because I don't think they saw another way to spin it. You know what I'm saying? Without revealing that aspect.
I mean, yeah, that's true. It felt like where if Claudia wouldn't have died in Interview with the Vampire, this was Claudia all these years later, and that was Luke Lestat.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
And I
I agree
love
with you.
that vibe because yeah, you're my daughter, but child, you not my daughter. Michael, that's where I was going. That should be next.
Mhm.
Idris,
Oh,
Idris Elba,
werewolves is
you.
not.
You.
Yeah.
My a werewolf movie came out last week. Oh, how was that? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
next.
Okay, I'll put it like this. I think
Mhm.
it's for a certain type of person.
Oh, that's shade. Okay. Um, what was your least favorite of the year?
Ooh, least favorite. Okay, we're
Wait,
talking like
I didn't go with my third one. I'm sorry.
okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Substance. I thought another movie I didn't do the thing to. I went in blind. I'm a huge Demi Moore fan from growing up. She's nominated for a Golden Globe, I think, or or something.
Golden Globe, Critics' Choice Awards,
Mhm.
and yeah, hopefully she'll be on the short list too for Oscars.
Yep, and that horror is translating into those different into mainstream award season. We love when that happens because we don't get seen enough. Congratulations on that alone. I have to want her to win, even though she's going up against uh, Alphaba.
She's not gonna win.
She's not gonna win.
Demi Moore's not gonna win.
Yeah, she's not.
Elphaba's definitely gonna win.
You're thinking it's gonna be the girl from Scream 5. I can't remember her name.
Oh,
Mikey
from
Madison.
yeah, Honora. You
Honora.
think it's
They
going?
think she's
You
gonna
think she'll win?
yeah, they're thinking she's gonna be her.
Really?
I don't know. My vote is for Wicked on all accounts because
Okay, I am. I haven't seen Honora, but it's on my watch list because I do want to watch the films that are going to be,
nominated for sure.
nominated. But I've heard good things about it for sure.
Yeah, and it's been getting some good press recently too.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. It was all right, fun once it got started. Does she deserve an Oscar over Elphaba, Michael?
Werewolves is not okay. It is terrible. He meant to say that. I'm just
You've
playing,
seen the
Jimmy.
stuff 4 times. Hey, um, yes, the substance was absolutely amazing. Yo, okay, so yeah, I was just impressed, and Demi Moore didn't fail, and the story was fresh. It was, I think I told you, it is the perfect double feature for Death Becomes Her.
You
So
did.
you have a fun night, put those two movies on, it'll be absolutely fun. Next question, my dear. What movies didn't you like this year?
Are we doing like mainstream films?
Yes, yeah,
Okay. So Strangers Chapter 1 is at the bottom of my list.
absolutely garbage.
Night Swim, Imaginary. I love my list B.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Let's see.
These
What
are all
else?
on my list too, so just run it.
Okay. Wait, let me get my letterbox pulled up for you guys.
We went into Imaginary to support DeWanda Wise,
That's the only reason
and
why we were
we
seated.
didn't know that we was gonna even still be duped. Um,
Yes, we were duped. Unfortunately, The Deliverance.
Don't you smell my napkin? Yes, Keisha. Night Swim was Chris. I took this word from Christy. Private movie, soulless. It was
It was
absolutely
terrible.
soulless. Gosh.
You already mentioned Apartment 7A. That was not good. Oh, Michael said Salem's Lot was his top. That was at the bottom for me.
Wait, I actually like Salem's Lot, but I have a reason.
I did not like that. Oh, The Exorcism.
Ooh,
And I love. Oh yes, Mark. Amen. The Front Room.
I can't
I
die.
was saving that, but we can talk about it.
No, wait, no, we got to circle back to that one. Hold
We're
on.
gonna circle back to that, Mark.
Wait, hold on. He said, Brother James said, Strangers Chapter 2, every 10 out of 10. Let me tell y'all something.
It's not, honey.
Okay. I don't know if I can spill this tea yet, but let me tell you something. I'll say you this. They have done reshoots.
They have. They had to reshoot it.
They filmed the whole movie all at once, which is, cool if you got the time and the
Yeah,
money.
they had to go back and fix it.
And now they got to go back and fix it because guess what? Instead of they retold the exact same story from the first one, and now you're gonna make us watch her process her trauma in the second one, when you could just make that a dream sequence and we can just get a full new story moving forward. Or you could have gave us Liv Tyler. No. What you did was play in our faces. And the next, have your expectations super low.
So freaking low. Like it's no. I don't even know if I want to watch it, honestly.
No, we gotta watch it.
I don't know if I'm gonna waste my time because I felt like that was a waste of time watching Chapter Strange.
Okay, I did like the young kid from Salem's Lot. I appreciate his role, his contribution.
His one scene where we watched him looking out the bag from the his POV.
Everything.
That was so good. And I'm like, Okay, why can't we have the same unique energy from the rest of the movie?
So I have zero connection because I don't remember this story. I know I've seen the original, but I have no recollection. Um, so going into it blind this way, I was like, oh, this was fun. I love that everybody got ate up with nobody alive. Everybody was
Okay.
getting ate up
Well,
by
maybe that was my issue because I liked the original version of it.
Millionaire.
We coming back, Mike. Hold on, hold that
Oh
thought.
yeah, I'm sorry, I did that.
We coming back to that because I think it deserves a discussion.
It does, and we gonna have it.
um, but yeah, I think that's probably why I did. Yeah, see, I like the older one.
Hmm.
It is character driven, which is what was the issue for me with this one because we
Oh,
don't spend no time with these people. It was super fast paced, and I think the original one was a series. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
I know it's
If
multiple
it's a
tapes. That's what I do now.
and there's a reason for that, right? This particular story, I don't think it works as like a 90-minute film.
Okay, I guess I need to go rewatch the original one because I love character work in TV and
Yeah.
film, whatever. So, but I thought it was fun. Maybe it's my slasher brain because they were just getting out of here,
I
out of here.
think that's probably what it is. See, I don't like slashers, and that's why I don't like slashers.
And maybe
Because
that's why me and Michael like this one.
yeah, because it's like that. Because you don't care none about these people getting gat left and right. It is long, but I don't know. I like you know how I am, right? I like characters. I like story. So they don't take no time with that in this movie.
Supposedly, the 3 hours cut for the new Salem's Lot is better than the one that we got. Well, where is it? We're gonna designate some time.
I guess we ain't gonna see that one.
We're not. We're gonna designate some time to talk about the front room. We talked about this on Geeking Out.
Oh, you did? I missed that
We
one
did a double feature of the Deliverance and the front room. Okay, the
because they belong together.
they belong together in this madness shit. Okay, the front room. We were all there to see Brandy.
We were there for Brandy. She's returning to horror. Like this should be her breakout moment. Like this should have been a moment for her, and they gave her this garbage.
They gave her this garbage, and guess what? She was just tiptoeing her way back into horror, and that's where we're going to end with 2025. But I just want to say that Brandy, you don't need no money, right? You good because this script was not it, and I don't know what was there before. I don't know what was there during, but I can tell you what was there after and what we got. And
Right.
what we got was a foolish thing. And you had
It's
all the
terrible.
makings to make this something special, but you gave us absolutely nothing.
No, nothing. But honestly, I mean, the old lady, she was entertaining as hell.
Yeah,
Like she
very.
had me cackling. And it's funny because when I was going into this movie, I didn't expect it to be comedic whatsoever. Like
Mm.
from the trailer, it gives off more of a serious supernatural style tone. It's an A24 film, and from
That
the
was another disappointing thing. Yeah.
yes, from the trailer alone, I got hereditary vibes from like this, oh, there's gonna be like some sort of cult or something, but what we saw in the trailer is not what we got in the movie.
This is the first time they've actually disappointed me, and I speak really highly of A24. I almost subscribe to their box that they do,
I
but I almost
yeah,
do it because
I
I really like a lot of their projects and what they do and how they cast and how they produce. I love all the things, right?
I think this one slipped under the radar for them.
Hmm.
Now I know you know this too, but the directors and writers were Robert Eggers' brothers, Sam Eggers, and whatever his other brother's name is. But
It
anyways,
was his fault.
I was like, I expect, because I think Robert Eggers movies are good. Obviously, I'm super
Hmm.
excited for the next one that's coming out. But like, he didn't rub off his talent no and whatsoever when it comes to his brothers. Like, they didn't get none of that
You didn't let
talent.
them read it.
Why didn't they take it to him? Like, oh look, maybe they call him Bert or Rob. Rob, like,
Please,
give me your
please
thoughts on this.
read my script. Give me some feedback. Tell me what is up. Somebody do something. Help me.
Help me, please.
Help me, please. Gosh, I don't even know. This is so bad. I don't even want to put it on my list of being the bad of the year. It was
It was
bad.
bad. I will say, Bernie had a bonnet on, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, okay, we'll give you that. At least her hair was better than DeWanda Wise in Imaginary.
Yeah.
And
It, the a husband
I was
that
on my way.
DeWanda had and
I
the
was
husband that Brandy had?
the same person. I was on
Same
my way.
person.
I was on my way. The trope I'm tired of the most is the husband is on a business trip. The husband is on tour. The husband can't get home from work. The husband's
Raggedy.
raggedy, and the husband is something else. But we'll move on.
Yes. They both had terrible white husbands.
Yeah, you can't say. Oh my god.
They did though.
I mean, they did. They did. Didn't like it at all. You're
No,
right. A24 does have some
they
bangers,
do.
and which was why my feelings were hurt that we
Yeah.
could receive this.
Hmm.
Yeah, totally.
Well, we got a new one from A24 coming up that's hopefully good. It's got Ayo Edebari in it.
It
Called,
does. I think they may win us back.
I hope they win us back. Please don't do Ayo wrong, because then we're gonna really have some problems.
Okay, please. On my list that I didn't like this year, I think that was it.
Hmm.
Oh, Arcadian. I don't know if people saw Arcadian.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
I was
finish Arcadian.
I wasn't interested after. I only went into it because I know most of the actors, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I think I got about halfway through. I was like, oh, this isn't going how I thought it was gonna go.
Did you see Subservient?
No, that's the one with
Megan
Megan
Fox.
Fox in it. No, I didn't see that.
It was good. Okay, Blink Twice is actually in my top 3 of things I love this year.
Oh, whew, I thought you said you did like it.
I'm scrolling through the list now, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Blink Twice is definitely my top 3, and I'll remove Smile too for Blink Twice.
Oh, see, now we're here. We're here now. But yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that was so good.
Mhm.
There
It
was
was
this
a
one
fresh
shot
concept.
in this film, y'all. I was just like, this girl got some talent. Like, I can't even describe it now, but the main two characters, the girls, the friends, were all there in the distance. You see them up against this that the place they were staying in. And then the front is offset with this dark look, and it's the camera's at a distance. It was just so perfectly like positioned and everything. I was just like, oh, this girl got some daggone talent. Like,
Yeah.
it was good.
This was directed by Zoe Kravitz for her very first thing. And
Yeah.
when I saw it, I was like, this is a movie you should be in, but I love that you passed the opportunity to this other black actress.
Yes, she should have.
Because,
Yeah.
she's dating
Was.
Magic Mike. Oh, oh,
They broke up.
oh, oh.
They not together no more. What's that one?
Heretic.
How do you get that out of that?
Oh, the statue.
What statue?
When they were walking in the hallway and they were going back to see where Hugh Grant was, and they were scared because they saw that figure, but it wasn't a figure, it was just a statue. And when they were in the room, the drape was down.
Oh, okay, yeah. I barely remember that part.
That's because you didn't like the movie.
I, I like Hugh Grant in it.
Logic prevails. Okay. What are you most excited? You know what? I'm going to say this. I thought Long Legs was good, but y'all really blew Long Legs up like it was the next Hannibal Lecter. Like it was going to be the next.
Wait, who was fine, Michael? Hugh Grant?
I'm sorry.
Human size statue that everybody talked about this
Oh,
year. What is he talking
I don't
about?
know.
Now I want to know. A
No,
human size statue? I'm thinking really hard right now. A human size statue.
Wicked, the wizard.
Really? The Wicked? Wicked? Okay, let me think. Statue.
Oh, Channing. He's talking about Channing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Channing
they were
was
everything.
he was fine in there in
Let
that.
me talk about his performance though. Like he really did his big one
He
because we've never seen him be bad like that.
he was good.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about, John Blaze. I'm looking through my my letterbox. I'm trying to figure out what movie it was.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, he was really good in that movie.
Have you seen It's What's Inside?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was the Netflix one.
Another random ass movie. Oh, yes. Hold
Mike
on.
and Cereal was
Hold on.
good.
Yep. Another random ass movie that I randomly saw on Netflix. I was like, yeah, whatever. And it was
It
fun.
was super fun.
Perfect double feature is Bodies, 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 which is also on
I haven't
Netflix.
seen that one yet,
It's,
but AJ, I had asked him, like, would you do this game? He was like, oh hell no, we're not doing this.
would you?
No, heck, I don't.
It would have to be in a trusted environment.
No, I would not do it.
No, you're right.
Mm-mm.
It's deeper than my, yeah, it's deeper.
Yeah. Hmm.
The machine can switch my consciousness, tells me.
Oh, Oddity. Oh, that's right. Because you threw me off with the statue thing. Yeah, that was good.
Shout out to Ricky for finding out what the statue movie was because I was going for everything. Ghostbusters was next. Look at the comments. Look.
Yes, I was so confused, but yes.
I'm the only person who's not seen this apparently.
Oh, it's good. The best way to watch this movie, Tamon, I want you get you a blanket, a nice warm drink, like a spiced hot cocoa. You need to put it
Ooh,
in your hot cocoa and horror movies mug.
which I have.
And then like turn the lights down low. It's kind of like it reminds me of like a old school ghost story.
Okay, I can deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
I may watch that tonight.
Yeah.
Me and Mark have movie nights all the time, and so Milk and
Oh,
Cereal.
not me not getting invited to the movie night.
Girl, don't do that. Girl, don't do that because when it's time to go to bed, what you be doing? When it's time to go to bed, what you be doing?
I'll be asleep.
So Milk and Cereal, we watch. So Milk and Cereal, and I was like, okay, sure, let's watch this on YouTube. My recommendation, of course, it was on YouTube, and I was avoiding it because everybody in the horror community was raving about it, so I was avoiding it deliberately.
Yeah,
And so then I finally watched it, and boy,
that's good.
for
What you
free.
mean you don't like it? What you
Who
mean you don't like it? That's what he says.
who said that?
That's what Milk says in the movie.
Oh, okay.
What did he mean you don't like it?
He meant that. And this budget was like less than $1,000.
It was 800.
It was $800 to film this movie. And this movie was so well written and impactful, and it was terrorizing.
Yeah, it was.
Don't play with people.
No, you can't.
Ricky said a spiced hot cocoa, and the blanket means I'm going straight to sleep.
Okay, well maybe not.
Nah, I know what I'm gonna do. I know how to get settled in for this movie. Okay, before we get out of here, we have to talk about 2025 because you have an article
I have an article.
on the movies that you're excited for.
Oh, okay. I have a
I
video.
didn't finish my sentence.
I have a video on YouTube. Yeah.
A video on YouTube that we all need to talk about, and what are you most excited for 2025?
Okay, well, obviously I'm most excited for Sinners. That's my number one.
Yes. And Sinners is
Um
Michael B. Jordan's vampire hero flick, right?
and Ryan Coogler, yes.
Based off a graphic novel. Yeah, we're already.
I'm so excited for that.
He's
Like
playing twins.
he's playing a set of freaking twins.
Mhm.
Okay? We get double Michael B. Jordan.
That is true.
Okay?
And if you want to know what happens, DM me. I'll tell you.
I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to know. You always knowing stuff.
That's my superpower.
Now there's a movie that doesn't have much information out about it called The Woman in the Yard,
Ooh.
but it stars Danielle Deadweiler.
Oh, say less. I haven't seen
Say
one thing
less.
that been in that's been bad. One. Any role she's been in, she's 8. Even the one on Tyler Perry.
8. I'm so excited for that. It's about a black family, from what I know, and there's a woman that appears in their yard that's either like terrorizing them or something like that. But either way, I'm set 100%.
Okay.
And those are my top two. Also, 28 years later, I'm kind of excited about that. What's the sigh? What's the sigh for?
um, as beautiful as the trailer was,
Okay.
and I mean that it was perfect. I need to go back and rewatch the other two because
Okay.
I'm out of zombie movies. We're going in season 3 of Scream Kings next year. We're going to cover this franchise, and so
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see if I'm going to be more excited with this.
I wasn't excited when I first watched the trailer, but I did go back and watch 28 Days Later. And that kind of like, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I want to see where this goes. I haven't seen, I need to rewatch the second one too. Because I haven't watched
Hi,
that one.
Wes.
Hi, Wes.
Thanks for coming and stopping by. Make sure that you're out there following, sharing, subscribing, all the things.
But yeah, those two, and then that
Ding, ding,
third
ding,
one,
ding, ding, ding,
28
ding.
years later. What else? I kind of
I have a list. Actually have a pretty
oh,
lengthy.
The Ritual. Because that one is like me, it's religious horror. It's got Dan Stevens in it.
Yep,
There's no trailer, but there's a poster out for it. And the poster looks cool. I feel like that one is like
found it.
my vibe.
The poster is everything.
It is.
It's British. Hold on, psychological folk horror. Oh, yeah, it's
I was like,
classified as a psychological folk horror film.
wait, hold on.
Boom.
You got the right one pulled up.
The Ritual. No, I don't.
I was about to say, hold on.
Hold on.
The Ritual from
Two.
Netflix is a psychological.
I need to watch. Oh, that's when they go in the woods, right?
That's a good one too.
Oh no, this one is two priests must put aside their differences to perform a series of dangerous exorcisms on a possessed young woman. April 18th, 2025, starring Jeff Rice, Lee Broda, Jordan Wagner, and Chris Palladino. Is that it?
It is it, but I don't know about them people. I know Al Pacino is supposed to be in it too.
Oh, girl, hold on one second. Let me get to. I'll get to. I will work on that later.
We'll work on it later. But yes, I like that one too.
Premise, that sounds fun.
Let's hear your list.
Ooh, I have so many. Okay, I'll start with the least popular ones because I can talk about those forever. There is a movie that is categorized as a horror romance. There is a trailer out for it. It is described as Heart Eyes, an upcoming romantic comedy slasher film.
Should have known. Y'all love some slashers, boy.
Produced by Christopher Landon.
I guess.
He's a slasher.
He is.
Little king himself.
Yes.
I'm super excited because Mason Gooding is in this movie, and I love to see him in horror. And
this is a Valentine's release too, right?
Exactly.
Yes, I think that's good.
And so you and AJ are going to be on Scream Kings for Valentine's this year, right?
It's a tradition now.
I mean, hello. What are we going to do? So we definitely got to make sure we see Heart Eyes. So maybe we'll cover that.
That'd be great.
I'm a TV guy, so I'm excited for Fear Street Prom Queen.
Oh yes, I am too. I know Mark is hype.
Oh baby, he's hype, but he has his magnifying glass. Like, how y'all gonna do it?
Right.
Okay, now I'm going to get into like the more popular IPs. Final Destination Bloodline.
Of course, yes.
Tony Todd's last hurrah. Got to go support that.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Megan 2.0.
Boo.
You know what it's about?
No, I don't like the first one.
Oh, you want me to tell you what it's about?
Go ahead.
Not Abigail, but Megan is about a Pixar where we. I don't know how long the time has been, but there is a new Megan doll out, but there's a brand new Megan doll that's out. Her name's not Megan. I think it's like, I don't remember. I have to check my notes. I think it's like Annalie. I can't remember what it is, but she's more like a punk rock. Her haircut, she got pink streaks. Anywho, she's like a rocker. And she's it turns into like Terminator 2, where Megan is now protecting the people.
I guess.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. She gave me permission, so I could do it. Boo.
I'm not excited about that one.
The Monkey. You heard of that?
My only thing with that is I'm not familiar with the story, so I'm not. That one's not on my top list.
When Twin Brothers, it's James Wan, so I'm like, oh, okay.
He's directing it.
He's producing it.
Then that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Wait, the Long Legs guy is directing it.
Oz Perkins, yeah.
Oz Perkins,
So
yes.
there's hope.
Is there?
For
You
y'all blew long legs up like it was the best horror movie with Silence of the Lambs. When twin brothers Bill and Hal find their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of deaths start. The siblings decide to throw the toy away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years.
Mm,
Okay, I think that's a cool premise.
okay.
The casting is what's going to sell me on it. Once I see one of the brothers, I know
I
what's
think I
happening.
need to see a trailer because all we've had is a teaser so far.
Elijah Wood, come on. Elijah Wood is great in horror.
I still need to see a trailer.
Say less. I'm just gonna hit you with this other name, Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black,
Okay.
and also from
Yeah.
She-Hulk. Whatever role she's playing, it's going to be dope. And then Theo
Hmm.
James, he's a good looking guy. So yeah.
Wow.
Now I'm going to move on to the obvious picks that you thought I was going to go with first. Black Phone 2.
I am apprehensive. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say apprehensive. I would just say cautiously optimistic. I liked the first film. I'm just not sure, what the direction of the story will be for this one.
Based off the casting things,
Because
is
I looked at that too, and I was like, I still can't.
supernatural. It has to be that.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, but in what way?
But it's already supernatural. Remember that.
It's a smidgen supernatural. So you
Visions,
think it's gonna go full fledged
I think
supernatural?
so. I think he's gonna manifest again.
Okay.
They have
I,
the opportunity to make this a really cool franchise if
yes.
they do right by the second one.
Right. Yeah.
Everything doesn't have to be a franchise, but once you start a sequel, the
Oh
wheels are.
yeah.
And so
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
all righty. So it has been almost 30 years, maybe 20 years since we've heard from the cast of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Julie James and Ray are making their way back to the screen as I Know What You Did Last Summer is returning for its requel sequel. We don't have an actual title. My pitch is just call it I Know. And
Oh, I like that.
thank you. And just call it a day.
Mine was mine was long. Mine was I'll never forget what you did that summer.
Now, what are your expectations going into this, if any?
I'm not sure. Again, what's the story?
I don't know if I can release that yet because it's not. Let me see what's officially out.
Oh my god, you so nosy. Um, what's the story? Is Carla coming back? Is Ray and Julie gonna be together? Are they gonna be like distant people that they end up having to call each other because things are going left? Like, I just want to know.
Well, Wes, thanks for coming by and showing some love. And
Thank you, Wes.
we need to get that Wi-Fi fixed. So give me a call. I'll call. Make sure.
We're gonna have to call Xfinity.
Yeah, credit for a year. Period. They are pulling from the Scream 5 and Halloween 2018 route. From what I understand, the story is not teeny based. So these people will be college age adults, and they will be gathering for a wedding. What is it called? A bridal. Your party that you announce. Your party recital, your not wedding recital, but rehearsal dinner, or whatever it is. So it centers around a group of people that are getting ready to get married, and you meet your main players, and that's when the incident happens. And we come back a year later, and the characters have changed, just like in the original. How that ties into the original cast and the other things that I know about it, but how that all ties into Ray and Julie. There was a picture that leaked of Ray being on set, Freddie Prinze Jr. hugging one of the girls, assuming that was his daughter. That's the only way I could think you can connect the two. I don't know. What I can tell you is that Freddie Prinze Jr. is done filming, and Jennifer Love Hewitt has not started. To answer your question, are they still together?
Oh, okay. Well, that sucks.
I mean, who knows? He can come back.
If he done filming, how?
I know. I'm sorry.
You
But
just crushed
Brandy
my
has been in
dream.
talks. Jennifer Love Hewitt even went on an interview and said that Brandy did survive and she has been in conversation. The
We
question
saw her
is,
survive.
y'all want Brandy so bad, but when she comes up on a FaceTime call and that's it, y'all gonna be pissed.
That would be messed up.
Yeah, what y'all wanted her to do a chase scene, and I don't think it's room in this story for that to happen.
Okay. You
Okay,
make it
cool.
you make it
I didn't
sound
say anything.
like
You didn't say too much. Okay, cool.
it's not really even about the old story.
It's not. The writer said, imagine what happens to a Julie James in the age of TikTok and things like this. So what if she is actually glamorized and made, let me cut that off. What if she, but that statement alone makes it seem like she either leveraged social media for her gain or she went into hiding. I'm going to go with she leveraged it for her gain, which is maybe why she's separate from Ray. Because the last thing we knew, she was about to be a lawyer.
Well, honestly, you just depleted the joy that I had about the movie.
You want them to be happily ever after?
I like nostalgia. I got this nostalgia bug when I heard about this movie, so now I'm like,
I'm happy for the movie too. I just don't want him to get um, killed off in this one, but it feels like that's what's probably going to happen.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't have any tea on that or not. I'm just saying that how these requels work. Somebody from the old school has to go. Sorry, I ruined that for you, but that wasn't a spoiler. That's just regular information.
Thanks.
And the next one, I'm more excited for. I Know She Did Last Summer than the next one, which is Scream 7. Julie writing a book like exactly. I mean, it's all the same. Scream 7 has had a busy couple of days as multiple cast announcements has been released. Mason Gooding is also returning for Scream 7, which gave me a glimpse of, interest into what possibly this story could be about. I love this franchise, so I will always go and see these movies, but I really want them to take care of the story and the characters in a realistic way that can either end the franchise or push it for a new generation to have. And I said all those things, and I said everything. Are you excited for Scream 7?
No.
I know you don't like slashers, okay?
They're not my thing at all. So
You talking
this
about
ain't even on my radar.
you talking about character and character work. This franchise has some of the best character work ever. Mason, I'm going to keep a check. Hello. My friends will be okay. But other than that, they casted a bunch of, I won't say that. Other than that, the casting news have been sort of medium. The girls from Ghostbusters, both of them are in it. The lead and the black girl.
Okay.
And one of the kids from Gen V, the Prime shows. None of that matters. All we know is that it's about Sydney. And the old school fans are excited to be about Sydney. And I will keep it at that.
We're gonna see.
Kevin Williamson is also directing this one, and this is his second movie he's ever directed. His first movie was Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Yeah.
Okay.
Another Lois Duncan book called Killing Mrs. Tingle. But yeah, he's also directing this, and I'm sure he's going to be supervising the script. But it's a loaded cast. It's a loaded cast. Yeah.
Well, I'll be watching it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna break you on our episode when we cover it.
Oh God.
Yes, because
you don't want me up there.
Oh yeah. Because no, I still don't understand how you don't love a slasher. But we don't want to talk about that tonight. What we're going to talk about is what we're excited for 2020. Have I missed anything in 2025 that's coming out that we're excited about? Tell us in the comments. What are you excited for? I see Mark said he's excited to see Fantastic Four. I guess that's a horror movie.
Did you in Geeking Out cover the Superman trailer?
We have not. We probably talk about that on Monday.
Okay. I look forward to your thoughts.
It was cool. It was cool. I mean, I don't know if I really like him as Clark Kent yet and Superman, but it was cool. It was cool.
I saw people legit crying in tears watching the trailer.
I could see that. I could see the energy behind it. It was a lot of energy put into this trailer. So, and James Gunn seems like he's handling this with care.
Yeah, for sure.
We respect that and appreciate that because in the past, DC's live action film has not been what we needed. Unfortunately.
Well, I'll be tuning in on Monday.
Yeah, you better.
Mhm.
Mark said Fantastic Four. Sure, sure. Um, yeah, that's coming out. Um,
Yellow Jackets recaps with Tamon.
who said that?
Jimmy.
Absolutely correct. I was like, who leaked that? Yeah, you watch Yellow Jackets?
No, and you know this. I don't even know why you asked
I
me
have to because we're on set, we're on stage.
that. I will get to it. Now that I'm done with my top 10 horror TV shows of 2024, I think I can start, catching up on items that I've missed throughout the
Can you
past
read
couple
us
of
your
years.
top five?
Ooh, top 5 from
That
Interview
was
with a
number one on your list.
Vampire.
Prom was number one on your list.
It was.
Hmm.
Interview with the Vampire.
Check.
What else was on my list? I don't forgot now. Y'all, I forgot all stuff on my list. Uh
Don't make me pull it up.
oh, True
True
Detective Night
Detective
Country.
season 4. Yeah, you had it on your list, and I sort of looked side eye, but whatever.
What?
I
Oh,
haven't been able to get into True Detective since after season 2. I just every time this was one of the better ones, and this one was good.
it was. I can't believe you
It's
giving
the
me the
franchise.
side eye. Creep
I,
Tapes was probably 4, somewhere around there.
I still haven't got to that.
Okay, that I think you'll enjoy that.
I'm
Especially like once you get past like the middle point, the episodes are pretty good. Evil season 4.
never seen it.
Ooh, wow.
Never
Tisk
heard of
tisk
it.
tisk.
Nope, never heard of it.
I put Agatha all along on my list, even though it's not like full on horror.
We'll take it as a witch. Next.
Yeah,
When did House of Usher come out?
the previous year. It didn't come out this
I
past year.
skipped. I must have been gone a whole year. Yeah, I have actually.
Yeah, that would have been on my list for sure if it had came out. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good show.
Before we get out of here, what did you think of I Saw the TV Glow?
I'm glad you asked me this question because I haven't had an opportunity to talk about it. Um, I Saw the TV Go is a very special film, especially to me. And Tamon, you know why.
Mm-hmm.
Someone very close to me is a trans person, and so um, it's a very emotional film to watch because, especially being close to someone who who has battled with who they are,
Mm-hmm.
it's very like touching.
Oh,
Justice Smith,
fire!
perfection.
I
Like,
dare you to go through his catalog and watch everything he's been in. He's everything.
I do like his other performances I've seen him do, but this one, I've never seen him like that.
Yeah, he was really stripped down in this one.
It was so good. It's hard for someone older to pay someone younger, and I think he did an excellent job playing a ninth grader.
Mhm.
But the one scene when he's like yelling at that birthday party, I broke down. Like that was
Mhm.
it was so well done. But it's not. I don't like the style of it. Like it's not that style of filming. I don't really like that. Like it's very abstract.
Yeah, it is. That actually, I hate to say this, but it took me out of it. So
Yeah, I was about to say
how
that.
you connected with it. Um, I don't have that shared experience, but I have similar experiences to connecting with to the trans community. But it didn't. All of that was overshot because of every. For me, I was just like, this is a lot.
Yeah,
It's over conceptualized, and I
that's
don't.
that's the thing that hinders it for me.
Mhm.
And it's hard to rate it because that's my only issue with it. I love the concept in terms of like a way of storytelling, and I
Mhm.
really love the performances, even with the girl that plays alongside Justice. Danielle Deadweiler's in this movie too, by the way. She's been working.
Maybe she's in everything from scratch, parallel. Every time
Yeah,
I look around, she's somewhere.
she's somewhere.
Actors got to act, people.
You
Put
gotta
in the
act.
work.
She's doing it.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, it was just too abstract for me.
I
Like
said
I
that.
couldn't watch it again. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love the content and the story and the messaging behind it all though.
Yeah, I was out of it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, well, we've had a pretty interesting year of horror, and it felt sometimes empty and soulless. But every now and then we get some cool gems that have popped out and will give us a twinkling of light in this world of awful horror movies that we've received this year. Let's hope that 2025 will bring us great joy
Yes.
and great entertainment as it relates to getting new horror movies, new horror IPs that are growing. You didn't say Terrifier 3.
I don't know why you surprised by that. It's a slasher.
It's a straight up slasher too. That's it. Ain't nothing else to talk about. But no, I hope that next year we will get some really cool projects and not just the major IPs either. As much as I'm excited about my 80s and 90s nostalgia, I'm really excited about the freshness and new things that are coming out. Even Megan, see what else can she survive, making it to her third movie. That's a big thing in horror. Can you make it to that third one and be quality throughout? It's hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But what else you got for me? Is that it, Christy? Is that it? Did we cover everything?
We covered everything. Thank everybody for tuning in and joining in on the discussion that we had tonight. I hope everybody's having an amazing holiday season. Watching more Christmas horror movies. Nosferatu comes out soon. I'm so
Mm,
excited.
yes, yes.
But yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm ready for a new year of horror.
And Bill Skarsgård, we see you. We see you. You just a scream king in yourself, buddy.
Oh yeah,
You are
basically
doing
by
all
this
the most.
point, for sure.
Yeah, this is your third one, buddy. This
Yep.
is your third one. Yeah, so tell them where they can find you. Tell them everything about you, your merch, the store, what's coming next for In Love with Horror, all the things.
Yes, I'm Christy, aka the Love Horror Queen. I'm one half of In Love with Horror. My husband AJ and I do horror movie discussions, reviews on our channel, In Love with Horror. You can find me on Instagram at In Love with Horror, on Blue Sky at Love Horror Queen. That's where I'm primarily at now. I don't really hang out on Twitter that much anymore. But yeah, we just dropped our 15 most anticipated horror films of 2025, and we have our top 10 collaborative films coming out for 2024. Also, obviously, we're preparing for Nosferatu review to be dropping out next week. What else? Yes, you can shop our merch. We have a holiday collection that'll actually be going away after Christmas, so you want to grab that while you can. We have a Tales from the Hood sweatshirt, Terrifier 3 sweatshirts, mugs, all kinds of fun holiday things. InLoveWithHorror.com. We have our merch shop on there, and you can also follow my reviews on there as well.
All of the things,
All the things.
many things. A
Oh,
talented duo you are.
oh, thank you, thank you,
All
thank you, thank you.
right, get ready for season 3 of Scream Kings, which starts in the new year. We're covering trilogies for our season 3 and the big threes of horror. So that's what we got popping. And of
Yes.
course, as James said, a Yellow Jacket season 3 review is in the works. So if you love Yellow Jackets, and Christy will too, if you love Yellow Jackets, DM Scream Kings, and we maybe can talk about you coming on the show. We love
Nice, nice.
it. And you can find me here on Scream Kings and on Geeking Out and on hanging out with anyone else who loves to talk about the things we like to talk about. I'm Tavon Kane, and you guys have a wonderful night, and we will scream you later.